Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me. If you're new, welcome. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below as well as the little bell so you'll get a notification every time I post a new video. So today's video I am going to be discussing how I'm doing in my first semester of grad school in my DNP program, how I'm staying organized, what my classes have been like, and just my thoughts and my feelings so far about an online program. If you're interested in this video, then you guys know what to do. Keep watching. Okay guys, so if you guys are new to my channel and you don't really know a lot of the backstory, I was accepted into a DNP program. I am going for the Adult Gerontology Acute Care Nurse Practitioner degree, and I started early in January. So I have been in long enough to kind of get the swing of things, kind of get my feet wet a little bit, and I am in a hybrid course. So what that means is majority of my programs are online through my college, but I will have to attend some didactic classes and hands-on lab type things on campus at certain parts throughout my program. So like I've said before, I'm not going to talk about my actual school. That's something that I like to keep private, but I will talk about my classes and things like that. So I am going to just talk to you guys about how I like to stay organized. And so far, because you guys know that I am an active duty nurse in the military, I chose to take my classes online, which that's like a big deal nowadays. And I don't have a problem with online classes. I really don't. They're very, very flexible for people's schedules. And my college that I'm going to is accredited. They've been around for years, and it was actually recommended to me by a flight member when I was at officer training who went through that program, and she was joining as a nurse practitioner, went through that same university and everything. So I gave it a try and I was accepted. So very well established and accredited university. So the fact that it is online, that does not bother me because like I said, it's like hybrid. So I am part-time, and like I said, being part-time does not even bother me because I don't want to run myself into the ground being a full-time nurse in the Air Force and being a full-time student. Like, my grades mean a lot to me, my GPA means a lot to me, and I need to have that work-life balance. So the fact that I'm part-time, I don't care because I know that I'm in the program, I have my classes, and I'm going at my own pace. If at any time I want to be full-time, all I have to do when it's time for me to register for classes the next semester, I can just let my advisor know and I can take enough classes to be at that full-time level. It's not about whether you're full-time or part-time. It's not about when you're going to finish or whatever. It's, look, I'm in the program, and when I get to the end is when I get to the end. I'm going at my own pace. It's 2018, I'm in my lane, I'm chilling. Guess what? I'm in a DNP program. I'm going back to school. That's what matters to me. That was my goal. So if anybody wants to make a comment about, oh, we're only going part-time, bye-bye. So right now the two classes that I'm taking are health promotion, disease prevention, and I'm also taking care management and outcome improvements. So these classes are more of the like prereq classes. They're not like the core classes, so it's not like anatomy and stuff like that. So these are kind of like those building block classes. Like when you look at your schedule, you have to take all of these classes, and once you take these, then you move on to like some of those other core classes. So with these two classes, it's been a lot of discussion posts, and then you make your post, and then it's up to you to reply to your classmates, and you have to do at least 2 replies or more, but the minimum is 2. I have had quizzes, and I have had there's a total of 3 papers, 2 for one class and 2 for the other. I've gotten 2 of them knocked out of the way already, and then one of them I'm currently working on now. And then there's like 10 modules for one class on like patient safety. I've gotten all of those knocked out of the way, and like I said, I started like at the beginning of January, and I've gotten a lot of the discussion posts and things like that already out of the way, and it's been really helpful because I've been on night shift, So I've been able to do a lot of schoolwork at work and not have to spend a lot of time doing it at home. But there's also been a lot of ways that I've stayed organized, and that's what I'm going to talk to you guys about now. So the number one thing to stay organized is a planner or a calendar of some sort. So I personally use two different things. I have a planner, which looks like this, and you guys know I love flamingos. So this actually stays with me in my book bag, which I carry to work. But what I actually have that I hang on my wall, which I write every class and every assignment that's due, is an actual wall calendar. And it looks like this. So as you guys can see, it's really big. So I use this really big wall calendar. I hang it on my wall, and then I color coordinate my classes. So I use two different colors, one color for one class, one color for another class, and I go through and I put everything on the calendar. So if I was to flip through this and show you all the way from January to May, which is when my semester is over, I have every assignment for every class on my calendar color coordinated. That's how I stay up to date with what's going on. Now when it comes down to my classes and the particular material, I have the syllabus for both classes printed out in corresponding notebooks, and then I also will carry those with me in my book bag since I take my book bag to work. And then what I like to do is I will set a time. If I know that I'm going to work on school assignments, I will decide what class I want to work on for that day or for those set hours. I'm not going to try to work on two things at one time since I have two classes, because that's when things start running together, and then you don't want to submit one assignment for one class and it's meant for another class. The next thing that I like to do is I'll take a notebook. This is just a spiral notebook. Once again, it has flamingos on there. And then I'll take these tab dividers and I will divide the notebook into sections if it doesn't already have section dividers, and then I will divide it up in sections for the corresponding classes. So for instance, like I put a little tab here for my nursing 756 class, which is the health promotion disease prevention class, and then everything behind that tab is what corresponds to that class. And so that allows me to use like one spiral notebook, but I can use it for both classes. And then for me, when it comes to storage options, because I don't like to store a lot of things on my computer, because you never know when you're doing something, your computer could crash, like you never know. And this is grad school, like this is like 600, 700, 800 level class stuff. So I use an external hard drive. I would highly recommend this, an external hard drive, a flash drive, something. You don't have to necessarily get one of this caliber. This is a 1 terabyte. This was like $54.99, maybe $64.99, something like that. So I use an external hard drive, and then on this hard drive, I have tons of information. Some of it is not pertaining to school because I've had this for a while. But on this hard drive, I will make folders, and each folder will be named for each class. And then that's how I'll go through and save everything that I need to save. So like corresponding Word documents, papers, things like that will go into each folder, which is on a hard drive. That's just a little bit about, how I stay organized. I keep my books with me over here in the corner. You guys can't see it. It's in one of these Alex drawers over here. Just keep my books nice and neat. I'm a very neat person. I like to stay organized, and you really need organization in your life if you're going to be a student, because it makes life so much easier, because you don't have to worry about like looking for something that you need to turn in or looking for a paper or anything like that. It's so much easier when you can stay organized. Trust me. So far things have been great. I've been making all A's, and I was really nervous going back to school after being out of undergrad for what seems like a long time to me. I graduated undergrad in 2015. Here it is 2018 and I'm starting. And then I didn't know how the process was going to be for NP school. So like our quizzes and our tests and things like that, they're all online. And then the major test, we use like a software called Examine, and it's proctored. So you will show your home environment to so you will show your home environment to the proctor on the screen so they can see that you don't have anything out around you. And then you'll go through and take your test. And the proctor will be watching you and maybe like 4 other students all on the screen at one time. And that's how they just kind of watch you as you take your test. That's how they maintain academic integrity and things like that for your online students. So it was a lot to get used to. For my program, I did not have to take the GRE. I know people have asked me that, and I did not have an interview. There was one program that was a DNP program that I applied to that I did have to do an interview for, but I decided that that's not the program that I wanted to get into because I got into the program that I'm currently in. And the program that was offering the other program that I would have had to interview for was starting later, and I felt like I would have been so far behind if I had waited and things like that. So I did my application. I submitted 4 letters of recommendation. I did have to write a statement about myself, like my personal goals, and just like why I wanted to be in that particular program or that particular career field that I was choosing, which was the DNP program for acute care nurse practitioner. And it took me a while. I low-key forgot about the application. I did. And then I got the email and then I read it, and then my heart kind of dropped a little because it doesn't tell you in the email whether you get accepted or not. You have to log back into like the little portal that you created, and then that's when I found out, and I was like, oh my god, I got accepted. And then I had to pay $350 to hold on to that spot. I had to go through and have all my labs sent over because I had already had labs drawn when I was here on base. So I sent all that documentation over. I had to go to LabCorp and submit a urine specimen and just all of that housekeeping stuff that comes with getting into school for the first time. So yeah, things are going really well, and I'm really excited to move forward, get these classes under my belt. I'm going to stay part-time. I'm not going to move up to full-time just because I really don't want to. I'm going to go at my own pace, and because you guys know I'm military, my post 9/11 GI Bill is covering this for me, so I'm just chilling. I'm out here chilling, you guys, in 2018, just living it up. But I have to say, thank God. I take absolutely zero credit for this, none whatsoever. I thank God for every opportunity and every door that He's ever opened for me, and that's literally it. I just thank God for the person that He's made me out to be, the drive that He's given me, everything, like every opportunity that I have, like the person that you guys see. The person that you guys see on Instagram, like, I thank God for everything. I take no credit for myself whatsoever. I thank God and I thank my parents. Point blank, period. So I just wanted to talk to you guys about school a little bit. I decided on NP. I've talked about this before. I decided on NP over CRNA because I did a little bit of shadowing back at Mayo Clinic, and it was the NPs that really touched me. I really had a connection with them, and I just didn't want to be a CRNA. I really didn't. It wasn't the path for me. I didn't want to be in the OR all day. I love NPs. I love the autonomy. I love the fact that you can have prescriptive authority. You can do bedside procedures. Like, that was me. Like, I could see myself in those NPs. So that's where we're at, guys. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video, and if you guys have any questions, once again, as always, leave them down below in the comment section, or you can message me on the DM and Instagram. So once again, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!